afternoon, or evening, all members of the cult, past, current, and future, and welcome to the newest series on the channel that's going to be running alongside the State of Decay 2 Lethal Zone. This is meant to be kind of a, excuse me, I got something in my throat. This is meant to be something of a calmer game for me to play through, kind of give me a break between State of Decay every now and then. And this is just a game I absolutely love, The Long Dark. For those who don't know, this is something of a winter survival game, so to speak. A geomagnetic incident has caused the world to basically freeze over into another ice age, and we are the lone survivor in the middle of this frozen apocalypse. So, this is a game I really love. I've been playing the crap out of on PlayStation, and I decided I want to also make a series here on YouTube. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do 100 days on Stalker difficulty in the Long Dark. And my plan for that, after we complete these 100 days, is to start doing a region-locked challenge. But that's for in the future. Oh, I'm also going to make videos about these challenge modes as well. But that's something for in the future, not right this second. But let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start a new game. We're going to set it to Stalker difficulty. Pilgrim and Voyager are way too easy, but Interloper I have yet to master. But I do intend on doing a Interloper series here on the channel at some point. But for now, we're going to stick to Stalker. And we are actually... on the one hand, I kind of want to do random. Yeah, we'll do random. We'll spawn somewhere random. We'll go ahead and play as Mackenzie for this one, the male survivor. We'll turn on the Cougar, Scurvy, Trader. We'll have all these on. And 100 days YouTube. Alright, let's get into this. I gotta take just a second, though. Because, I am not an expert at this game, so I am actually going to be using, some online maps I found, which the maps are interactive, but I'm not going to use them for the purpose of finding good loot. I'm strictly going to use them to navigate. The map does tell you where loot is or where possible loot is, but I'm not going to use it for that. I just need navigation. And just because it says the loot is there, there's a chance there is not. So, let's do this. Sounds like we're already not starting off in a great condition. Are we in the middle of a blizzard? No, we're not in the middle of a blizzard, but where are we? Oh, Mystery Lake. Okay, this is... Ooh. No, yeah, that sensitivity's going to have to come down for a second. I think it's in controls. Yeah, that's sensitivity. We're going to have to drop that down a bit. That's better. I can handle that. So, we're in Mystery Lake. This looks like I am at the logging camp. Okay, so actually, never mind. I don't need my my map at all. I know exactly where I am. Yep, there's trailers over there. So we're going to go ahead and make our way over to these trailers. We're going to grab some stuff to make a fire along the way. Although I'm not sure we have anything for matches. We'll get into one of these trailers over here and take stock of our inventory. Definitely going to try and preserve our stamina where we can. I'm not seeing any wolves right this second. Actually, sorry, I keep pausing. I meant to set up all my controls. Alright, there we go. Okay, so that's going to make crouching a whole lot easier. Alright, so our first priority is fire supplies, clothes, and food. I know on Interloper you spawn in with the bare minimum. I'm not sure what we spawned in with on Stalker. But I want to get inside and get sheltered first before we decide that. This first episode is going to be kind of a rough cut, by the way. Please make sure to let me know in the comments how the audio is in comparison of the sound of the game to the sound of my voice and everything. I want to make sure neither is overpowering the other. So we're going to harvest these rose hips. Rose hips can be broken down to make a tea, which can be used as a painkiller if we get injured and if we don't have any painkiller meds. Cooking pot, that's great actually. Let's take the charcoal out of here. Early pry bar, beautiful.
What have we here?
That's amazing. Okay, so starting out pretty good so far. Let's get in here. Okay, we're warming up some. Let's take stock of what we have. We do have some matches and one tinder plug. We got some antibiotics. Some clothes that are in not great condition. No food or water. Okay. Alright, we got a flare. We can take this newsprint, break it down into tinder plugs. Reclaimed wood. Peaches. Wooden matches, much better than the cardboard ones.
I could use this.
So the camp office is not far from here. I think we're going to make the camp office our home base. I think that's the plan. I got some more windproof bonus. Okay, let's go loot out these other two trailers and start making our way to the camp office while we got daylight. No shot. There's a hatchet here, too. This is amazing. Maybe Stalker is too easy. Holy shit. Books are great for fire starting.
Is it food or...
Miller flare, firearm cleaning kit, food. So we're going to find what we can, and if we're going to make the camp office our home base in this region, then we'll grab what we can, and then we'll organize everything at the home base.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Hatchet is a big find. No, that won't do that. Maybe I should... Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this... Okay, that's better. I know some people like to play on super high sensitivity. For me, it depends entirely on the game. Oh,
I think I can use this.
Okay, so that was a skill book. We can use those to upgrade the different skills in the game. This game does have skills. Let's see. Right here. So carcass harvesting, cooking, fire starting. You can increase all these things by either doing them or by reading those skill books.
Thank goodness.
Heavy hammer, that could be useful. Jeans, take this fire, wood. We'll take those just to help level up cooking. We don't really need it, though. How's our weight looking? Our weight's looking fine right now. Okay, pounds. Much better. Alright, so... we're going to have to deal with being cold for a little bit, but that's fine. Let's head up this way. We can go around this ridge, get to the railroad tracks, and it'll take us right to the camp office. I just have to remember if the camp office is that way or that way. But we're pretty good distance to the trapper's cabin and the hydro dam. So we have a lot of looting and gear opportunities. The dam is just a bit too big of an area to try and make a base. So that's why we're not going to use the dam as a home base. Gotta keep an eye on my hypothermia wrist. risk. Go ahead and get this out because there tends to be wolves along the railroad track. I want to go ahead and have this just to be safe. Fire and flares do scare away wolves and bears. It will not scare off a moose, and I don't know how it does with cougar. I've actually never played long enough to encounter the cougar. I think on Stalker, it's after the first 10 days that the cougar will spawn in. Or I could be thinking of Interloper. Yeah, there's a dam down there, so the camp office is going to be this way. Oh, would you look at that? There's a wolf right there. Oh, there's two of them. Even better. No, don't. Let's see, do we have anything in here? And I know sometimes there can be a gun in here, I think, but it's not here right now. Yeah, get out here, bastard. Okay, they should run far enough out of range. Definitely going to be hunting them once I find a gun or a bow and arrow. I absolutely want to start making wolf pelt related things. You can make various things out of the different pelts you get from the different animals. You can make a backpack from the moose, a bedroll from the bear. You can make clothes from the deer, rabbit, and wolves. There's a body over here. Now, is it a person or an animal? Looks like it's a dead body. Or a dead human body, I mean. No, it's a deer. Never mind. I will run a little bit just to try and get us there quicker. I don't want to lose all the daylight. Oh, there's a flare right there we can make up for the one we're using.
Could end up being useful.
Revolver ammo and a revolver book, but no revolver here. This is another one of the revolver spawn locations, if I remember. Camp office shouldn't be too much further. Am I an idiot? Did I go past it? I swear it wasn't this far down. No, I didn't. It's up here to the left. Alright, there's our home base for the next little while. I am going to move regions eventually, but I want to spend some time here in Mystery Lake to get myself situated. It also helps to have a designated home base, so if you come back to this region and leave any stuff behind, like any pelts secure, you know exactly what building they're in, so you're not running around all over the place trying to figure out where your stuff is. Go ahead and get all the rose hips we can. Alright, let's get in here and see what we got. Go ahead and drink this, get a bit of hydration back into our system. What we will do is we'll actually go ahead and get some water going. So we can use the flare to start a fire. It will preserve our matches. For that exact reason right there. Because you can fail to start a fire.
Come on.
There we go. Beautiful. Go ahead and get some fuel in there. So let it burn for about 2.5 hours. Let's go and get some water cooking. Alright, let's start searching around. And we have another cooking pot there if we need it. Whetstone. Let's go ahead and clear the junk. We are going to spend some time with some safe house customization as well. Right now, we're going to loot everything out. We're going to see if we can't get anything good here.
This stuff will come in handy.
Revolver cartridge, okay. More stacks of paper. Jerry can. Having a workbench here is pretty good.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Painkillers and bandages, probably the most important thing to get. Antiseptic's good to have as well. Cookbook. Yeah, we're getting some really good stuff for Stalker. Holy crap, dude. This broth. Yep. 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we still got plenty of time to look around. Yeah, we shouldn't have any issue getting the well-fed bonus. You can get a well-fed bonus as long as you stay above starving for 3 days. You get an, already got a bedroll, don't need that. It improves your condition, and it gives you extra carry weight. See, we're going to get in here and organize everything after a while. Shoes, we can break those down. Break
This'll
that
come in
down.
handy.
We do need to find a sewing kit. That would be nice to have. Okay, we'll break that down then. So, it looks like we've looted everything we can loot as of right this second out of here. If I can get some more calories in. Definitely want to save our higher calorie stuff. Okay. So this says how much longer... So let's go ahead and start breaking down some clothing. That actually gives us less protection. How does that work? Okay, we're just going to harvest this then. That's worthless. 20 minutes till boiled. How long is it going to take to harvest these shoots? Oh, it's going to take an hour. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Let's see, we'll organize things a little bit. Rug. Go right there. Still got 8 more minutes, so that's boiled. Can I not stand it upright? Alright, just like that, we got some drinkable water now. I don't want to use up all my fuel. I'll take 22 minutes. How much longer does this fire have? 28. Let's get one more pot of water made. Magnifying glass. I've never had any use for those. They end up not doing anything for me. There we go. Kind of get things out of the way some. I square that a bit more. Say it's definitely not all that consistent. Okay, what sense does that make? Yeah, we're just going to destroy that. That's going to get annoying. See, we're just messing around with a bit of reorganization while we wait for our water to cook. Okay, so what food am I okay with leaving behind? Actually, I need to go ahead and start preparing some of this stuff, so... Take 15 minutes to prepare these. like 1.5 hours. Go ahead and just throw one of these books in here. Just get that last little bit of water finished. So he has how much longer? 33. Drop that. I'll drop this. Drop that for now. I'll drop this for now. Put this right beside the door. Heavy hammer can go right there. Drink up some water, reduce the carry weight on that some. What's the condition of my axe? 81. I'll leave the whetstone here. I can go there with the other cooking stuff. Revolver ammo. I think I'll put it up. No, I'll put it right here. This can be the ammo table. We'll destroy that. This right here will actually be the food cabinet. Okay. So I'll leave this behind. What's the lowest calorie? No, cancel. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I'm actually doing fine on carry weight, so I think all that can be left. All that can be left. We'll leave behind one of these things of painkillers. Painkillers can go right next to the bed. Yeah, here we go. Medicine pile here. I have one band-aid. I should probably make some more. Band-aids are like the biggest lifesavers in this game. Go. Let's go ahead and begin crafting this. I want to make myself as hungry and thirsty as I can before bed. Okay, fire starting. I don't need all these tinder plugs, so we'll take 10. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop 16. And we'll just set them here. Like I said, right now I'm just trying to waste as much time as I can so we can get well rested without wasting a bunch of calories. You do burn less calories while you're sleeping, but you still burn a good few. And I want to make sure, and you lose a lot of dehydration, or a lot of hydration. So I want to make sure we're fully fed and fully hydrated before going to sleep. There we go. Okay. I should still have time to read this book for like an hour, I think. Yep, there we go. Okay, so food. Let's go ahead and eat this lowest condition energy bar, 500 calories.
Oh, what a way to die. Oh, I just want to die.
Oh, it's a good thing we got antibiotics. So now I just need to rest for 10 hours, which we're actually about to do right now. That's actually the first time I've gotten food poisoning in this game. I've been eating crappy food for a while. That's the first time I've ever gotten food poisoning. Wait, do I have a can opener? Well, good news is I can't get double stack of food poisoning, so... Let's go ahead and hit the water one more time, and then I think we're going to go to bed like this. Okay, now we're about to go to bed. And we'll just go ahead and sleep the full 12 hours. Get rid of the food poisoning. Hopefully put us closer to daylight. Alright, we still have plenty of supplies. Let's see. Okay, so you can actually use the crafting mode to kind of cheat a little bit if you're in the dark and having trouble navigating. But the sun will be up soon. And even though it's dark, I am familiar enough with this map that I'm actually okay trekking it in the dark to try and make it to Trapper's Cabin. I at least want to make it to and loot out Trapper's Cabin by the end of this first video. Which will probably be there. This video series is meant to be a lot calmer than State of Decay 2 Lethal Zone, not have as much bullshit going on with it. And these videos I'm going to try and keep contained to 30 to 45 minutes. The only time I plan on it going longer than that is if, like, some major stuff happens. But unless that's the case, I intend on just keeping it on the shorter side, which I know 30 to 45 minutes isn't short, but we're unfortunately walking right into the wind, which is going to hinder us. The snow is also going to make our clothes wet, which will make them heavier. But I can't help the wind is blowing the exact direction I gotta go. And this is the easiest landmark to find my way towards the Trapper's Cabin. You follow the railroad tracks all the way down to the derailment down there, and you take a right. And it's pretty much just a straight shot all the way to the cabin. I'm not walking much faster like that, so I'll just stick to the course. Hopefully I can find some better clothing at the cabin to be able to stay warmer.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Okay, well, hopefully it took the screenshot. Let's see, I can actually shield myself from the wind with trees and rocks, but it's just not easy right now. There's a wolf in the distance, so I'm probably going to have to use another flare. I should have made some torches, but it's fine. We'll just have to deal with it. I think there's a chance of a bear possibly being somewhere over here. But we'll just have to deal with that when we get to it. I do need to make sure to look around for some birch trees, though. Having some birch bark would be amazing. So, you can find natural plants to harvest in this game, and you can break them down, turn them into teas, and they have different healing effects if you can't find actual medicine. The birch bark will destroy your condition, that little health bar underneath all my status icons. If you drank a birch bark tea, your condition will restore faster. Rose hips works as a painkiller. You can use a old man beard's lichen as a antiseptic. And I think the reishi mushrooms work as an antibiotic. Definitely need to get a stone. That will help with chasing off wolves. Oh, that's not even a stone. That's coal. I mean, coal is great too, but... There we go. Stones will be useful for if there's any rabbits outside the cabin.
Looks like I survived another night.
Alright, that is day 1 of 100 survived. No, stop that. So we're about the 39-minute mark in terms of recording. So I want to get over here to the Trapper's Cabin. We're going to loot it out, see if we find anything good. And then I'm going to end episode 1 there. So let's see. So I think this is Max's last stand right here. Which we'll come back to loot Max later. Wolves are somewhere over that way. There we are. There's the cabin. Let's just go ahead and sprint for it since we're in the home stretch. Age is how I put stuff away, that's right. Nothing under here like there is sometimes. Okay. I think there's a thing of rose hips right outside here, isn't there? The Trapper's Homestead. Oh, it looks like I was wrong. Alright, let's see if we got anything worthwhile in here.
Someone's stash.
Well, we're finding plenty of fuel, so we can find a storm lantern. That would be great. Snare. Dusting sulfur doesn't really do much of anything for us. Tomato soup, we'll take that. We'll go ahead and drink this. Let's see, let's crack open the safe. So with safes in this game, you don't actually find the code anywhere. You just have to keep randomly going until you hear a click. Okay, so that one's going to be around about 29. So you got to go left, right, left. And if you mess up, you got to go all the way back around. Yep, 29. All right, so 29, 14. Or is that 15? Oh, it don't really matter. 29, 15, 16. Something like that. And there we go.
Could end up being useful.
Rifle ammo. Okay. Another whetstone. I guess we'll take it just to have it, because I don't plan on coming back out this way after we loot this place out. Coffee. That's beneficial. Another book. Antiseptic.
This stuff will come in handy.
Sewing kit. Beautiful. Rifle cartridge. So we're getting all this ammo, but there's no gun. Which those will be a bit of a harder spawn to find on this difficulty. Now, you can get guns on this difficulty. Interloper is the only game mode where guns do not spawn. If you want to have a gun on Interloper difficulty, you have to make a custom. Alright, let's see. I want to go ahead and break these down real quick. So while we warm up, I want to see if I can't repair just a couple of our things. Sweet, that's our boots repaired. We don't have enough cloth. We need to get some more cloth real quick. I guess there's no way for me to get cloth in here. Here we go. Unfortunately, it's only one, but
That'll come in handy.
nice. That brought up our warmth and our protection a good bit. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get lucky and repair this. We can, sweet. Okay, so what's our temperature looking like right now? Feels like 48 degrees. Okay, nice. We don't want to go through all our water just yet, so let me get my condition back up real good, and then we'll end the video here. Oh god, sorry, that sounded terrible. Alright, so let's sleep for an hour to save, and I'm going to end the first video here. So that was a great first video. We managed to knock out a bunch of things. We got us a home base set up. We looted out this area. I think next, we're going to go drop this stuff off at home base in the next episode, and we're going to go start looting out the Carter Hydro Dam. So I'll see all you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoy this new series, even if it doesn't do as well as State of Decay 2. But I plan on continuing to upload this just for my own peace of mind, I guess you could say. But this is The Long Dark, one of my favorite games of all time. I hope you all enjoy this series. I hope you all have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys next time, my wonderful cultists. Thank you all so much for the love and support and the encouragement. And thank you for sticking through me without my... Let me try that again. Thank you for sticking with me throughout my hectic and chaotic work schedule. I do hopefully intend on being back in the saddle. The closest mess up I see is at the end of next month where I picked up an extra shift, but that's not till the end of February. So I should be fairly consistent until that point. But I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a fantastic evening and goodbye.